Hey guys, it's your girl, it's Ethiopian, and I'm back with another video. I'm here with a new segment on my channel where I'm supporting Black families and Black businesses. I'm here with
Urban Harveystead,
and we are here to show you how to make an all-natural soap. I mentioned this soap in one of my last videos where I was talking about my skincare, going through my skincare routine, and you can find that video in the description box below. But we're going to show you how to make it yourself. Like, why not? So you can follow me at It's Ethiopian on Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. And you can follow her on Instagram at Urban_Harveystead. Thank you, and continue watching this video.
Now there she goes again, the dopest Ethiopian. And now the world around me is moving in slow motion whenever she...
Alrighty, we're ready to get started. We're going to list some ingredients and tools that you will need, and everything will be mentioned in the description box below.
So first you're going to need your oils. You're also going to need a lye, 100% lye, a crock pot, a digital scale, safety gloves and glasses, an immersion blender, something to mix with and measure with, and optional you'll need a soap mold and a soap cutter, but those are optional. You can also use a kitchen knife or a takeout container for your soap mold.
Oh, nice. So you can also put some essential oils in there too, right?
Yes, essential oils, either organic essential oils or any kind of fragrance oils fragrance oils.
Alrighty. So let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, sounds good.
What's the website?
And first thing you want to do is figure out what kind of oils that you want to have in your soap. And then you would go to thesage.com and plug those in, and it will tell you how much lye you would need to make those oils into a soap.
Oh, nice.
While I measure out my oils, I have my crock pot heating up because this is the hot process of soap making. There's hot process and cold process. And cold process, the soap takes weeks to cure, whereas hot process, you're basically cooking it till it's done. And you'll have soap basically within a day. All right, so first you do need your scale here. So turn my scale on. And here's my measuring cup. I'm going to clear the scale out so it's at 0. Just make sure it's level here. And put it into pounds and ounces. And I'm going to use 4 ounces of castor oil. You can go to thesage.com to put in the oils you want in your soap, and it will actually calculate how much lye you would need for you. So it's a really helpful tool. And again, I need 4 ounces of this, so. And this goes right in the crock pot. The measuring has to be precise so that you don't have more lye than you need, which will be a residue in your soap that you don't want. 4 ounces of palm oil. Palm oil helps to harden up the bar soap. I'm going to make sure you zero out your scale each time so that you make sure you get the exact, precise measurements of each oil. Shea butter. We all know the benefits of shea butter. As you notice, these ingredients can be found in any local beauty store or online rather easily. So we got the 8 ounces of shea butter. Put this in the crock pot to melt down.
And you're adding all of these as the crock pot is on, correct?
Yes, the crock pot is on. It's on low. Probably the safest to stay at. Okay. And 15 ounces of coconut. just a tip, don't ever trust what the manufacturer puts on the label as far as amounts, because I've had a bad experience with trusting that, and the lye calculation, it messed the lye calculation up. So always measure it no matter what it says out here. I'm going to turn my scale back on, and it's at 0.
So how long have you been making your soaps?
About 3 years, and I actually learned from YouTube. You don't have to be a chemist. It's very easy once you get past the intimidation of using lye.
And have you noticed any benefits in comparison to regular soap?
I do. My skin, I don't get any more breakouts as far as my skin. My daughter loves it. She's in the very final stages of her teen years. It's moisturizing for her skin. She never had that teenage acne. So I would definitely recommend doing this for your family.
Nice.
And this way you know exactly what's in your soap. Even the soap on the market that's advertised or marketed as sensitive for sensitive skin, it still sometimes is irritating to people. So this way you have recognizable ingredients in your soap. You know exactly what you put on your skin and your family's skin. And last is 15 ounces of olive oil. So all this needs to melt down before we add the lye. The lye temperature and this temperature need to be within 20 degrees of each other. And I'll show you how to measure that. So as you saw in the lye calculator, it recommended how much lye to use and how much water. So now we're going to measure those things out. Very important to use safety goggles as well as gloves, and we also crack the window. The lye might be overwhelming for some people, but I wouldn't say it is, but just to be on the safe side, I would open a window and use all the safety gear. So I'm going to measure out the water. The lye calculator recommended between 12 and 17 ounces, so I'm going to go to the middle of the road to about 15 ounces of water. So I'm going to put the water into the bowl here. They recommend adding the lye to the water, not adding the water to the lye, because you don't want a plume effect. So we're going to, that is back down to 0. There we go. And I'm going to use 6.5 ounces, I believe it says 6.49 ounces of lye. They gave you a range, but that's the range I want to choose. Six and a half ounces. Definitely has to be 100% lye. You can't use the lye that you find in your hardware store to unclog your sinks or whatever. It has to be 100% lye. And you can order this online at Bulk Apothecary. We're going to slowly add the lye to the water, and I'm going to use a wooden mixing. You can use wooden or a metal spoon. Alright, so the lye is thoroughly mixed. It's went from cloudy to clear, and our oils are getting nice and melted. And I'm going to gauge how much with a infrared thermometer. Going to see what the temperature of each is. 106 degrees, whereas this is 149 degrees. So we need these to be within 20 degrees of each other. So this needs to cool down just a bit.
So in order for it to cool down, you just let it sit?
Yeah, just let it sit.
Good.
Okay. So you see all the oils are nearly all melted.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 120 degrees or so. And the lye and water, it's 131 degrees. So this is well within a 20 degree range. Okay. So I'm going to pour the lye in here slowly. I'm going to just kind of go down so it doesn't splash. Be careful of splashing because it could burn. And with my immersion blender, I'm going to mix it on low just to get the oils and the lye mixed together. And you want to still have your safety glasses on in case it splashes. So a few short pumps. Your blender on the bottom of your crock pot so that you don't splash.
And are you looking for a specific consistency or just amount of time?
Right now I'm just making sure everything's mixed together. And right now it's very runny. Do you see that? The next step will be called trace, where it's more like a very runny pudding. And that'll be within a few minutes here. But right now, it's just very runny. So we're going to wait, cover it back up, and just wait a few moments. So while we're waiting for the soap to go to the next stage, this is a soap mold that can be purchased, or you can use anything you have at home or make your own. You can use kind of takeout as long as it's big enough. For this recipe it won't be, but you can use like a takeout container as long as you line it with either parchment paper or even a trash bag. Or you can make your own like I did a few years ago. So I made this a few years ago. It's not perfect, but it definitely served the purpose. And then I upgraded and just bought one. Okay, so it looks like we're at the next stage where it's now a thick pudding consistency. I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit more here. Okay, so it's getting there, and that just took about 4 minutes to get into that consistency. It's like a pudding. Stir this up so that it doesn't stick to the bottom. You just want to keep kind of rotating it. You don't need to use immersion blender anymore because it's actually too thick for that at this point, but just kind of manipulate a little bit and keep a close eye on it. This is something that you definitely want to do when you don't have anything to do. Once the process starts, you have to finish it to the end because it's very time sensitive. So, all right, so now we get to the next stage, where we're getting a little bit more translucent. If you see here, it's kind of at the bottom. And that is about the final stage. So once all of it gets to this translucent consistency, then we're just about there.
And how long does that normally take?
Depends on your oils. Some oils cook faster than others. This is taking a little bit longer, so you just kind of have to gauge to whenever it starts to look like that right in there. So this is the final stage, and if I were to take this out of here, away from the heat, it'll firm up. Like up here, it's kind of getting firm because it's not directly on the heat. So this is the stage where you want to add your fragrance oils or your essential oils and mix them up. So I'm going to add a almond fragrance oil, and this will take the whole jar, which is 1 ounce. Seems like a lot. Right now it smells really strong, but once the soap cures and sits, it'll kind of fade, so it won't be as strong. Just mix it in carefully, and you'll be good to go. Then we'll be ready to put it in the mold. All right, so the fragrance oil is nice and mixed in, and I'm going to test this. I believe it's done, but just to be sure, I'm just going to take a little bit with my gloved hand and go over to the sink and just run this under water and see if we get soapy consistency. So you can see a little bit there's bubbles. It's firming up because it's away from the heat. But you see there's bubbles there. So we have soap.
Wow.
All right. We got bubbles. I lined the soap mold so that it'll be easy to take out and separate from the soap once it hardens. So we're just going to take it out and plop it in here. Then you want to move quickly because this is hardening up as it's getting right out of the crock pot here, away from the heat. Okay. We're going to just kind of get that down. And this will sit overnight as it firms up, and then I will cut it in the morning. And basically you just want to cover it with a dish towel to keep the heat in so that it can keep cooking. In 8 hours you'll be able to actually use it.
A few moments later.
Alright, so it's the next day. The soap has been sitting for about 15 or 16 hours. And we're just going to cut it up today. Yeah, so it's nice and firm. And this liner is helpful in getting the soap out so it doesn't stick to the box. Yeah, I can actually lift it out of here. Yep.
Simple and easy.
Yeah. Smells good. All right, so to cut it, you can either just use a knife from your kitchen, or you can use a crinkle cutter. And here we go. And the best thing about making your own soap is that you can make the sizes that you want. There's that. Now this will make maybe about 15 bars. Now it'll actually last me in my household about half a year, maybe 6 months or so. And I actually do use this to wash my hair occasionally. I mean, because it's all oils, so definitely not harmful. And it may seem like a lengthy process, but you have the confidence of knowing what is in it exactly. And it's not harmful or toxic. And you can control the scents and the oils. There is a website that will be linked in the description box that tells you all the benefits of different oils. So you can make the recipe as whatever personal needs that you have. And these are actually ready to use right now. It's soft right now, so the bar won't last as long. But the longer they sit out, just leave air in between them, they'll harden up, and the bar will last you longer the harder the bar is. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to share this with family because I care about them, which means I care about their skin. There you have it.
Thank you guys all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to make your all-natural soap. Leave a comment below if you're going to be making your own soap and what fragrances you're going to be using. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and this video. And don't forget to hit up Urban Harveystead on Instagram at Urban_Harveystead for any questions or concerns that you may have.
Thanks for having me. It was a good time.
Yes, it was. This was really fun. I can't wait to be using this for myself and again on my face and just having it all nice and natural and soft and moisturized. Yes. All right, we're getting ready to record another video, which will be in the description box below, talking about the benefits of using this soap and making your own soap versus buying a store-bought soap. So, yeah.
Bye.
Bye.